Welcome to the Positively Portugal Football Report for round 33. My name is Howie, and we have more to talk about today than you would think because we have relegations and promotions to discuss, and that playoff is taking shape. But we're going to start things in the Primeira Liga. Famalicão 1-0 over Chavez. As a result, Chavez is officially relegated. Vizela 4-0 over Estrela. Bit of a shocker there. Estrela is fighting to stay out of that relegation playoff, and you would not expect them to put up a stinker like that. Portimonense 2-2 draw with Rio Ave. Portimonense got a late goal, and that late goal relegated Vizela. So Chavez and Vizela, they were in 17th and 18th all season long, but I gotta say they fought tooth and nail most weeks. They just didn't have the talent, they didn't have the ability, but they certainly had the heart to stay up, and they're going to be missed. Vizela and Chavez, congratulations. You can't say congratulations, but you guys deserve better. There are a lot of teams in Portugal who are playing without any heart, and you got to feel bad for Vizela and Chavez, who really, really wanted it. They just wanted to stay up. They just didn't have the manpower. So Sporting 1-0 over Estoril. The champions roll on. Braga with a 3-2 win over Vitória in their derby. That game was in Guimarães, and it was a late goal by Braga. Third minute of stoppage time, which basically, it did eliminate Vitória from European football. And, you hate to see that in stoppage time, unless you're a Braga fan. Then you really enjoy seeing that in stoppage time, taking out your derby rival. Gil Vicente playing a lot better lately, 2-0 over Firenze. Bit of a surprise there. Casa Pia went down 1-0 to Moreirense. Benfica absolutely destroyed Arouca 5-0. And Porto wins their derby against Boa Vista 2-1. And that goal came in the 8th minute of stoppage time. So Porto hangs on to third place. They're now 1 point ahead of Braga. And these are your 4 European spots, Sporting and Benfica in the Champions League. Porto is in the Europa League as of right now, but that could change with next week's results. So now we're looking at the relegation playoff. Boa Vista is no longer safe. Portimonense and Estrela can leapfrog them. It's not likely, especially not in Portimonense's case. I would certainly look for Portimonense to be playing in that playoff. But anything is possible. Again, Vizela and Chavez, they will be playing in the second division next season. The playoff right now, it looks like it's going to be Portimonense against either a team called AVS or Marítimo. AVS is a bit of an interesting story. It involves a relocation, some nonsense, not similar to what happened in Belenenses and BSAD, but I can tell you right now, AVS is not a team that you want to cheer for. This team is only 1 year old, and they could be in the Primeira Liga next season. So the teams promoted from the second division are Santa Clara. So Primeira Liga football returns to the Azores, and it also returns to Madeira. The derby rival of Marítimo, Nacional, has been promoted. And I think what you want to have happen now, as far as the promotion playoff, because in the second division you have to call it a promotion playoff. Nobody's getting relegated in that game. You'd really like to see both Madeira teams go up to the Primeira Liga. You'd have Marítimo, Nacional, and Santa Clara in the Azores. So I think that makes for a pretty cool dynamic. but, you don't want to cheer against any of the teams that are fighting off relegation. I kind of have a thing for Portimonense because I had been planning for a long time to move to Portimao. You definitely don't want to see Boa Vista get relegated. They're one of the 5 teams who have won the Primeira Liga, and it's a bad look for Portuguese football if Boa Vista goes down. And Estrela, they got promoted last year. They won that playoff against Marítimo. So, it's hard to cheer against Estrela as well. But that's what it is. There's a lot to look forward to in the last week of the season in both divisions. We're going to go back to the Primeira Liga for just a bit. The team of the week here, and it reaches the point where you don't even know who to give it to, but I'm going to say the team of the week was Braga, clinching European football and eliminating their derby rival Vitória from playing in Europe. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's your team of the week right there. And the biggest loser has got to be Arouca, losing 5-0 to Benfica, which under normal circumstances, it's not the biggest embarrassment in the world, but this is the same Benfica team who quit last week. They tapped out at Famalicão when Famalicão was putting up a fight, and they realized, well, hey, we have nothing to play for. Sporting already won the league, and Porto can't catch us. So they didn't really show up to play last week at Famalicão, and then they go home and still have nothing to play for. But I guess they had to put on a performance in front of their fans, and there it is, 5-0 over Arouca. Oddly enough, Arouca's manager, Daniel Sousa, takes over at Braga, and we might be falling on a bit of a dark period now for Arouca next season. But we're going to have all the information that we need to know as to who gets promoted. Well, no, I shouldn't say that because we know who's getting promoted. As far as when that playoff game is, that we don't know. So the only thing that we're going to get decided is who's going to be in that playoff game. You got 3 options in the Primeira Liga: Portimonense, Estrela, Boa Vista. And in the second division, it's either going to be AVS or Marítimo. So things are going to start getting clearer, and we'll be back here to cover round 34. If you enjoy listening to Portuguese football, or listening to a channel about Portuguese football, or the process of relocating to Portugal, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribing to a YouTube channel is the number one way to help a content creator. So I want to thank you all for watching. We will be back here next week, and have a good one.